Justin's 2-month update. He right now is 2 months and 8 days old. He had his 2-month checkup 6 days ago, and he was 12 pounds 10 ounces, and he was 24.5 inches long. So he has gained 3 pounds from his birth weight because he was 9 pounds 10 ounces at birth, and he is 3 inches longer, and he's about 98th percentile for his weight, for his height. He's 98th percentile for his height, and about 80th percentile for his weight. So he is a long, big boy. He is in size 2 diapers now. I did transition him about 2 weeks ago. He transitioned, and he's just now making the transition into his 6-month clothing, because all of his 3 months hangs off his shoulders, and it's just way too tight on him. So now he's in 3 to 6 and 6-month clothing. One of his favorite things to do is obviously eat. He's he is exclusively breastfed. He nurses probably about 85% of the time, and then occasionally, like probably 6 or 7 times throughout the week, he gets a pumped bottle of about 3 to 4 ounces. He sleeps about every night. It really changes. Usually it's about 7 to 8 hours. Sometimes he only makes it 3 to 4. Sometimes he'll sleep about 10. The other night he actually did sleep 7:30 to 5:15 for the very first time. So I woke up and was like, oh my goodness, this is awesome. He will just lay and kick for 45 to 50 minutes at a time. He just he'll look at anything. He'll look at the ceiling, he'll look at his play mat. He will look at people. He loves to be talked to. He is so smiley when I talk to him. It is crazy. One of his favorite things to do right now is he'll get kind of a smirk on his lip. He'll get his little lip pursed, and he'll stick out his tongue. He'll just get so focused on just sticking out his tongue. And today actually he raised his eyebrows at me for the first time, and it was just adorable. He is about half the night, he'll spend his first half of the night in his swing or his co-sleeper. Usually it's the swing, just because that's kind of where I tend to put him. That way he's not right next to my bed, and because we're kind of noisy when we go into bed. And he will sleep in bed with us the rest of the night. He doesn't really nap throughout the day. He sleeps, he takes about 4 or 5 cat naps, anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes. There are some days where he will take a good 2 or 3 hour nap, but it really is rare. He hates his car seat still. We did take about an hour and a half car ride there, and then an hour and a half car ride home to a birthday party today, and he did really well. He slept he was quiet the entire way up there. He slept probably about 85% of the time, but I think that was because I was in the back seat with him. He is most content if he's on your shoulder and being rocked or being walked around. For some reason he just really likes the motion, which I think is a lot of the reason why he likes to sleep in his swing at night. He kind of is starting to tolerate tummy time more. He will do it for a good 5 minutes before he gets frustrated, and then kind of once he's frustrated, he's done on his belly. He wants to be picked up, he wants to be loved on and walked around. He's done. So usually I'll lay him on his back for a while. When he kind of starts to get fussy on maybe a little fussy on his back, I'll roll onto his tummy. He does do a pretty good job of turning his head and lifting it up. He holds it really well when he's being walked around or held. But when he's on the ground, obviously he's still working on his muscles. It's a little bit of a hard time, but he's getting there. He does really good. He does smile. He's a very smiley baby. I'm really glad that his temperament is starting to change, because he was just the fussiest baby the first 5 or 6 weeks. He wanted to nurse constantly. Anytime he was in his car seat, he was screaming. It didn't matter if he had just eaten and gotten changed and he was sleeping when you put him in. It doesn't matter. He was constantly crying. He is definitely a comfort sucker still. He nurses pretty fast. I would say between both sides, between 10 to 15 minutes usually. Sometimes it's longer, just because if he wants to nurse a little bit longer. But then as soon as he's done nursing, he wants his binky. He doesn't want to nurse. He pops on and off, but he wants his binky. So he loves his baths. At the beginning, he screamed. It didn't matter the water temperature. It didn't matter the time of day. It didn't matter his temperament when you put him in the water. As soon as you put him in that water, he was screaming. Now he does much better. He loves them. It doesn't matter. He could be so hungry and so tired, but he loves his baths. He's so calm during them, and his reactions are seriously the funniest thing ever when you put him in there. He just, as soon as you pour water on, his arms flail out and his eyes get so big, but he just loves it. It's so adorable. His best time of day is definitely in the morning. I mean, I would say at night, because that means he's sleeping. Usually, like right now, he's just content as can be, just sleeping on Mom. He's definitely the happiest in the morning when he first wakes up, which I can totally get, because he's a really full belly. He gets changed, and he just loves to lay and kick. And it's a really good time for me to get some breakfast, get some things done with his older sister. So that's really enjoyable. Usually, though, I don't get anything done because I just want to lay and make him smile. And he's kind of started to not chuckle, but you can tell he wants to so bad when you get him up in his neck right here. It is seriously the cutest thing ever. I just spend like hours a day doing it. I would say right now his favorite person is probably a tie between me and his dad. Sometimes he's really into John. Because John's not home a lot, but when John is home, he will just whine from. I've never seen a 2-month-old just whine. Like, so I'm gonna start right now. He's got his mouth so open. But he will just sit on John's lap, and I will hold him the same exact way, and he's like, no, Mom. Nope, I don't want you. I want Dad. For like a few weeks there, he seriously would just cry while John was at work, and I didn't know what to do. I was like, I feed this kid. I birthed this kid. He was 9 pounds 10 ounces, and I birthed him. And now he just wants his dad. But he's definitely gotten into me more. He smiles the most for me, I would say. His sister makes him a little nervous, just because she is so lovey-dovey. I've never seen an almost 2-year-old be so lovey-dovey and baby. She's so protective of him from the second he was born. Like, when we were in the hospital, the doctor came in. She didn't know this doctor. This wasn't their doctor. It was just the hospital doctor. She didn't know him. Didn't know he was going to do anything to Jackson because we were on the other side of the curtain because I was nursing him. Walks into the room and she just loses it. Like, John had to take her out in the hallway to calm her down because I don't know, she just seriously thought that somebody was going to hurt him. And to this day, people that she doesn't know will hold him, and she just cries and she gets so worried for him, and it's so adorable. But I think it makes him nervous because he doesn't understand that she's trying to be loving. He's just like, oh, there's like a person that's bigger than me in my face, and that doesn't make me very happy. That is it for this big boy's 2-month update. Pretty soon he'll be 3 months old and we'll have a 3-month update. Bye guys!